Got it.
Hi guys, welcome along to another Solas Inspirational chat. And tonight we're talking to somebody stateside, the wonderful Christopher Cody, who is the inventor of the Earthtide detox machine. As you probably know, we use one of them here in our Solas heating cabin, with great success, and a lot of people really enjoy using it because there are visual results. And some people have actually gone on to purchase the machines through ourselves and Christopher. Welcome, Christopher. Good to see you.
Well, Michael and Julie, it's great to be here. Thanks for this invitation. And yeah, I'm open to any kind of questions, or if you want me to just talk about a history and how it developed. Whatever you guys want, however you want to orchestrate this, I'm with you 100%.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I suppose, Christopher, first of all, thank you for the lovely video Marie Claire presented to us the day we had the opening in Solas. So it was lovely. We feel we know you already, even though it's just a virtual. But perhaps you'd like to tell the viewers about the Earthtide machine. Michael and I tried Marie Claire's. We were so impressed. We said we had to have one. Then we said we want to start selling them. I believe there's one on the Aran Islands at the moment. So they're going all around the country, which is fantastic. But for those who don't know what we're talking about, could you please explain, because no better person than the inventor to explain what the Earthtide machine is all about?
Yeah, that's we have about 10 minutes, right? This is like a short 10-minute thing. Okay, because I had to,
we invite you back another time.
Right, exactly. So we're going to cut to the chase here. Over the last 50 or 60 years, our bodies, or the human nature, or human bodies, have been bombarded by positive ions. I mean, we're getting it through HAARP, we're getting it through 4G and 5G, we're getting it through radio waves, radio frequencies and the technology. We're getting it through all kinds of things, the EMFs in the house. And so those are actually bombarding us with positive ions, and our body absorbs them. Our body has no idea what to do with them because it's not something that the earth has created. I'm not suggesting that there isn't radiation coming from the earth. I mean, we have geodesic stress and empathic stress like that. But for the most part, it's something brand new for our bodies. And we are constantly in a sympathetic mode. So the autonomic nervous system has sympathetic, parasympathetic. Sympathetic meaning fight or flight. So if people are wondering why they feel so angst and anxiety, and it's because we're getting bombarded and their body is trying to communicate something is going on that's not natural. So in the course of events, these positive ions get into our body, and of course we're eating toxins, and we don't know what's in the water, and we don't know. Well, we know that there's fluoride in the water where I live, and we know there's fluoride in the water where you live. And we don't have to be medicated by anyway, that's a different story. I can go off real easy. So you got to guide me right back to what I'm doing here. So anyway, we get toxins in our, but 100 years ago, it was never a problem. Our bodies knew exactly how to channel it through the lymph system, through the blood, through the liver, and out through the pee or the poop, and or sweat or whatever. So our bodies were actually in a more natural state back then. But now we're being inundated with all this, and it's constant. It's just, we're always in it. So these positive ions that we're getting bombarded with will latch on to those toxins, the heavy metals. And they will be in the adipose tissue, which is the fatty tissue. You can find it in the lymph nodes, in the lymph system. You can find it in the muscles, everywhere, in the joints. Talking about inflammation. Well, what is inflammation? That's simply that's a toxicity within the joints. The body's trying to get rid of it. Inflammation. Inflammation, for the most part, it's a good thing. It's your body's way of trying to get rid of something. But too much of it, then it goes over the top. So what we need to do then is we need to introduce our bodies to something that will present a negative ionization, negative ions, a negative charge. This negative charge then, however you want to get it, there's several ways I'm going to share with you. That negative charge will go right into your body, find all the positive charges, and it's like a magnet. You don't have to think about it. It does it all by itself. And it will neutralize that positive charge to neutral. And all of a sudden, what used to be magnetically attached to a lymph node or to the adipose tissue or to the joints is free floating again. And your body knows exactly how to deal with it. So there's several ways to do that. You can go down to the ocean. and you can, where the waves are hitting the sand. I'm going to get a little technical, but I think it's important to understand this.
Yeah.
Water is 2 hydrogen atoms in an oxygen atom. So, and this H2O, and it's actually balanced. It's not positively and it's not negatively charged. It's just a balance. That's what water is. We're 80% water. Well, you can use water to create and get a negative charge. You can actually take and get down by the ocean when the waves are smashing into the sand or smashing into the rocks on the cliff. That's enough kinetic energy to knock off one of the covalent electrons that is around the water molecule. When that covalent electron gets knocked off, then one of the hydrogen atoms is free and it jumps off, leaving, so it creates hydrogen gas, and it relieves an OH molecule, which is called hydroxide. That hydroxide magically, well, it's not magic, God knows what to do, it's had a negative charge. Yeah. So if you spend a lot of time at the beach, walking with barefoot in the wet sand, you're getting, your body is absorbing those negative ions, and those positive charges are getting neutralized, and your body can get rid of them. That's probably, now there's one thing that I don't know is potential. I'm not sure what the potential is, but I know it's probably a very natural way to do it. Waterfalls are the same way. You go to a waterfall, the same thing is happening. Another way, you can go out to your backyard and you dig a hole in the backyard, find out some piece of earth that hasn't been compromised with toxicity and you can fill it up with water and sit in that water. Don't sit in the water, put your feet in the water, in the mud, and put mud all over your feet and just stay there for a couple hours. You're doing the very same thing. You're creating, the negative earth will go ahead and start neutralizing those things. I was actually led to do what I'm about to tell you. This is going back to about 2007. And I was given an opportunity to have an experience with a machine. It was called the Aqua Chi. And this woman, we traded. I was doing another machine back then, quantum biofeedback. And my feet, it was the sludge that came out and it was yucky. And I thought, oh, this is gross. And then the lady, very nice, she cleaned my feet, you know, the Jesus thing. And she took the water, she dumped it into the toilet. When she was walking away with all my garbage, my junk, I'm just thinking, oh my God, I would never do this for a living. No, I swear to God, I said that. In my mind, I said I would never do this.
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Well, God had different plans for me, because 2 weeks later, he actually led me to a lady at some fair or some sort of a get-together. This lady was actually ionizing water. And I'm thinking, and it was a very simple process. It's high school chemistry. Yeah. Because all you've got to do is you get 2 plates, negative and positive, and plug them into a DC current, put that in the water, and what are you doing? You're ionizing water. That's how easy it is. The electrons go from the negative to the positive. That flow of electrons is powerful, and it knocks off all kinds of hydrogen atoms from the water molecule, and you're concentrated with a heck of a lot of hydroxides in the water. So I went home, hooked it up to my battery charger, and started messing around. Then I started thinking, well, wait a minute, I got electricity, I got water, I'm going to kill somebody. I literally put it away. I said, I'm done, back to my quantum biofeedback. I'm not going to kill anybody today. You know, it was scary. I said, no, I'm not going to do this. A week and a half later, I got a telephone call from a lady who had purchased one of my quantum biofeedback devices. She lives about 3 blocks away. Christopher, you got to come over to my house. Why? Because I got to show you something. Well, why? You just shut up, come over to my house. All right, I'm coming. So I went to her house. Guess what she had? She had an ionizing body detox that she bought online for about $400 or $500. That answered 2 of my questions. One of the questions is it safe? Well, they had what's known as a transformer. It was a insulating transformer, which would mean that 220 volts or the 110 volts, depends where in the world you are, is not even going. There's 2 coils, 220, 12. And it will actually transfer the energy that you need without having a physical connection. Yeah. This is safe. So I was on it. Then I also learned about how they did it. They had these little nylon bolts and nuts, you know, so I figured, all right, I'm on my way. So I never looked back, and that's how it all started. That's how, back in 2007. And it's been, you know, I've never done anything for more than about a year and a half or 2 years. I get tired, I get bored, and I'm done, right? Find something else. But this has been with me, and it's gone through different iterations, and now I have this, I gotta tell you guys, this is look at it's light. It weighs like 2 pounds, maybe.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe even a pound and a half. It's not very much. But with everything, it weighs 4 pounds and 8 ounces with everything, with the metal and everything. This can go anywhere in the world. You can, if all you need is the little adapter for whatever PowerPoint, you don't need a transformer. This little transformer inside, it's how many amps? It's like it's 20 amps.
Yeah.
That's powerful. I mean, you only need like 3.5 amps to ionize the water. So we even put a little fan in here in the event that you're in a really place where there's not getting any air, if it happens to go off. And it's just, yeah, you can put that in your purse. It's like, I think this weighs more than my algebra book in high school. That's how nice this is. You can take it anywhere. This comes, and it also has, so you plug this in here for the ionizing body detox, and you plug this in into right here. And I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm just trying to show you how easy this is. And this becomes this is your microcurrent device.
Yes. Yeah.
And this, I want to tell you that the microcurrent device, that's an important part of this whole setup, because the ionizing body detox with your feet or arms in the water is very good for that positive charge and neutralizing, so your body can get rid of it. But the microcurrent device, what that does, it's really special. It'll actually, you can orchestrate where you want it to go in your body, and you change the terrain of your body.
Yes.
That means that fungus can't live there anymore. Bacteria, bad bacteria. If your body creates the bacteria, it loves it. It'll absorb that energy. Any type of, how about a virus? People always ask me, what will this do to, did you guys get some sort of a flu for the last 2 or 3 or 4 years in Ireland?
Yes, yeah. We don't talk about it though.
Yeah.
Well, that simply is a virus. The way it works is that it has a huge positive charge.
Yeah.
So it looks for weak cells that have a negative charge, that when they're weak, they're able to infiltrate and then make home there. And so they do it with a positive charge. Well, think, if you're actually running a negative charge through your body with a microcurrent device, or even with your foot in the water, that's going right through. The first thing it's looking for is those viruses. It takes that positive charge, neutralizes it, and disarms the virus.
Yeah.
So it can no longer attack the cells of your body, no matter how weak the cells are.
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting?
Brilliant. Oh, it's win-win. It's fantastic. Well, we're both sold. Yes, we love our machine. We think it's fantastic. And what Michael was saying earlier to you also, Christopher, we love that it's so visual. So when people come to Solas, and please come to Solas, that will be our next question. When are you coming over to the Emerald Isle again? Because we missed you the last time. But when they come and they look at the Earthtide machine and they put their feet in the water after their session, it's so visible. All of the toxins have been removed, and it's marvelous. We love that it's such a visual apparatus.
Well, I have 2 questions you've asked. One of them is, I have a plane ticket for the 28th of October to Dublin.
To Dublin.
Well, okay.
This month, this October.
Yeah, and I'm going to hang out there for about 3.5 months. I said I'm going there. Now,
Great.
I've got a little family thing I'm dealing with, because my daughter has asked me to come and stay here. I was with, it's interesting, it's a long story, we don't have to go over it here. But when I didn't tell my daughter or her fiance that I'm out of here on the 20th for 3.5 months, and they said, and then he's heading to, well, anyway, we have some family things I've got to iron out in the next few days, but I believe everything's going to be fine, and I'll be out of here on the 28th. And I don't know why I'm with this. You're going to cut this part out if you want to.
Yeah.
So
no,
anyway.
no, we can talk about it afterwards. But we look forward to seeing.
We'll definitely be meeting you in person. So
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
fantastic.
Yeah.
How exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys were great. I love you guys already.
Yeah.
Listen, there's something that I wanted to share with you, Julie. It's just all the stuff that you see in the water does not come out of your body, because you can run the machine without anything in the water, and you're going to get the discoloration. You're going to get, first of all, the orange color starts to come.
Yeah.
And that's the iron oxide, because these stainless steel plates, they have iron in them. They're about 70% iron.
Okay.
When you force electrons through a plate that's been spaced out, you're actually oxidizing the different parts of that plate. So you're going to get those orange, and
Yeah.
the orange in the water, and you'll see that it stays in the water. I mean, it doesn't come to the surface unless someone puts their feet in the water and you start pulling things out of the body. The oils will latch onto the iron oxide particles and float them to the surface.
Yes.
But if nobody's in the water, those iron particles, they'll just stay in the water, and the water has a clarity about it that doesn't change. So there's the second thing would be the chromium oxide. The chromium oxide is light blue, greenish blue, and it's only about 17% chromium, excuse me, in there. So that oxide turns that color.
Yes.
And then there's blackness that will come. Blackness could be several things, and I never examined the water, but there's a very small percentage of nickel, and it could be the nickel. So anyway, those are the three. So you must be careful to tell people that the only thing that comes out of the body that might have any color would be a snotty substance. Most of the stuff that we excrete is a snotty looking substance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people have these charts and they say, oh, the red means it's got blood clots, and the green means it's from the liver, and then the black means, I mean, I'm just thinking it's good sales promotion, but they really know. They don't know.
Yeah.
They haven't. It would take millions of dollars to examine it, and then a new person comes in and everything changes. I mean, it's just one of those things. So
but it's great. But as Julie says, when we do the treatment, there is a visual aspect to it, because we have run the machine without somebody's feet in the water, and yes, there was a yellow orangey hue to it. But that was it. It wasn't much more than that. And we ran the machine because one of my daughters is very skeptical. And she sort of went, Dad, you know what? It doesn't matter if I put my feet in or not, it's going to go with that color. And it didn't. So we sort of went, okay. So she was happy enough, and our partner was happy enough as well. But as Julie says, we like the fact that there is a visual aspect to it. And how it gets to that aspect is not necessarily, we don't need to know the science behind it. It's just people are happy. They feel lighter, their feet feel different. And a number of people who said that they've gone home, chilled out, we advise them to drink water afterwards, to help to hydrate their bodies, and they said that the sleep they have that night is amazing. So
I get that all the time. Yes.
And that to us is proof, I suppose.
Yeah.
But look, you know, we're going to see you hopefully after the 28th of October.
Definitely.
And
thank you so much for tuning in this evening. We're conscious of the time difference, or in this morning for you. And we really look forward to meeting you in person now. We're all excited. Excited now. We're delighted that we heard that announcement. So thank you so much, Christopher, for your time this evening. And we'll put all the details in the description underneath, and we'll send you on the YouTube link tomorrow too. And thanks again.
Hey, thanks you guys. I love you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.